Welcome back. It's your boy Trev. We're working on the 65 Mustang today, and it's not a good thing. It's kind of a bad thing, kind of sad, honestly. We're ripping out the roll cage. It's not a good one. It's just a roll bar, 4-point. Kind of show it to you here. I don't know if this is a good way to do it, but there she is. Yeah, it's got to come out. It's not even safe to be in there, not gonna lie. That shit is welded from back in the day, probably when I was 10 years old. And my dad, not the best welder, not even a good welder, not even a good guy, but whatever. Anyways, there she is, and she's getting torn apart. Let's get into it. So we're getting right into it. And prepare yourselves, people. This ain't pretty. You pull up the carpet and boom. Like that. That is just unacceptable. Now, I'll be honest, I was gonna run it and I was gonna sell it like this. Now, I definitely should have looked at it before posting it, but luckily some dude wants it. I sent him a bunch of pictures. He knows what he's getting into and buying. I mean, even going to buzz over, grind down the welds, and then buzz over it because I am a little bit better now at welding. Not a professional. I was actually technically a professional. If I can talk, we'll see. But yeah, well, I'm just gonna start tearing this shit out. Oh yeah, honestly, I gotta show this off because there's some cool shit about old cars. Like, oh, there's a secret compartment in Datsuns. It's kind of sick. But look at this. So, can you see that? Right here, there's a door lock. So your door can stay open. I don't know if y'all saw that, but watch this. So obviously it closes. And then check this out. Maybe. Look at that. Look at that. That is convenience. Ford was thinking. They say, we're going to show this shit off. Let the interior breathe. All right, first step, got to get all this shit out. And there's a lot of trash in here. All right, so now I'm dusty as shit, but seats are out. Well, the back seat's out. Those things are like the easiest in the world. They're literally just like, literally tabs. And they just pop in and out. Anyways, so she's looking like that now. Oh, I still got to remove the carpet and shit, but yeah, because there's going to be sparks flying. And not in like a sexy way. Okay, so we had an encounter from the last clip, which was like 20 seconds ago for me. We got a moth on the floor, and I freaking hate moths, okay? So, a little pet peeve of mine, or phobia, not a pet peeve. Pet peeve would be, you know, my girlfriend chews with her mouth open. She used to. We almost broke up, but that's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Hopefully you don't watch this, baby. But anyhow, here's this dead moth. At least 20 million views. I may think about eating that moth. Okay, here's the deal. This video right here gets at least 20,000 likes. And I have 10,000 followers. I may think about eating something like that. That last statement was a lie. So we're still at it. I removed one of the seat rails on the passenger side so we can get this carpet out of here. And now I'm just removing the passenger side 5-point harness. One thing I just wanted to show you, I don't know who you guys are, not yet, right? But there are seat belts in here and they have bolts and nuts. And one thing that I learned, and I learned it too late, is that you should always take shit off and screw it right back together so you don't lose that shit, right? So take the nut, screw it back on the bolt, even put it in the part, right? So something like this. And now, ever since I learned that, I just live by that shit, obviously. Obviously, I am super organized with all my shit. But you should be. Be better or not, but the last little bit of carpet is coming out, and it's actually not the littlest bit, it's actually the biggest. But as you can see, 1, 2, 3, let's go. There goes the fresh carpet that we installed, I don't know, maybe like 6 years ago. Who knows? But there's the current state. Got the hydro there, the harness bar and whatnot. And yeah, not looking too good. Yeah, but we're ripping that shit out anyhow. So the only problem I'm finding with this car right now is that I want to keep it. Every time I touch this car, I just want to keep it. It's kind of a problem, but we'll address that if anyone offers us cash for this car. But until then, we'll get working. Now that we got like everything out, got the back seats out, the carpet's out, obviously, got the subs on their way out. I'm gonna take the trunk off, and then I'm gonna take it out. What else? The harnesses are off. I think I already said that. Oh, dude hit me up to buy the dash pad. Not that that was in the view, but the view right there, pink. That's the dash pad for $100. It's not bad. Never touched it, never used it. It looks used, but anyways, $100, so not bad. And if I keep it, I don't care if I don't have a dash pad. So not a big deal. Okay, so now we work our way back here. Whew. Yeah, subs gotta come out. And as you can see back there, trunk lid's gotta come off. This is pretty rough, honestly. I should show you. Some rust is forming, as you can see. Or is this Bondo? This is Bondozilla, not gonna lie. All of this has at least a little layer of Bondo on it, and honestly, this is what happens if you go the cheap route and just put Bondo on your car. Eventually, that shit cracks. And yeah, it's kind of all over the car, which is fine if it's gonna be a drift car. And like, I'm honest, on my ad, I tell everyone, every panel on this car has body filler on it, for the most part. Like, the doors, I think, are actually pretty solid, the fenders and whatnot, and the roof. But the quarter panels, me and my dad at the time didn't know how to do body work. I still don't know how to do metal shaping. Really all I know how to do is TIG welding and exhaust. But we're gonna work on that. That's why we're making videos. Gonna get better. So. Why? I'm sorry. Y'all gotta go through this with me. Alright, so now we're taking out the subs. Obviously, trunk lid is off. Yeah. Okay. Lift with your back. Fuck. See, that was just for traction, so. Quick pause, leave a like on the video if you're enjoying it, and subscribe if you want to see how these builds go. I might keep this thing and drift the fuck out of it. I also might keep this. I'm gonna keep that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is 5-speed swapped, small block Chevy, Datsun 240 or 260Z. I don't really know, but anyways, back to this hoopty. Taking off the, what do you call that, headliner? I don't know. Anyways, now to get that guy out, the little light, obviously the visors, and then there's like trim that goes along here. I already popped it off. Got to pop it off on the other side, but now just getting some wiring out of the way and seeing what we can do to get this out of here. Hopefully in one piece, because I want to sell it. I'd show you guys this. It's just the headliner. It's actually coming out of the car pretty smoothly. Got the, you know, flappy things off and all the screws removed. Anyhow, this is kind of cool. So it just snaps in with these little ends up top there into the holes, and that's it. It's pretty nice, and it sags. As you can see, there's like lines through it where the, I guess they're springs. They're headliner springs, I think. But yeah, kind of sick. Nifty little things. Before I got aggressive, I didn't get aggressive. I left that guy in right there. I would have started pulling on that thing if I wasn't clear-headed, which I'm not, but apparently I thought. And yeah, that would have ruined my night. Alrighty, we got the headliner removed, as you can see, and that pesky light, wherever the hell it went. Anyways, had the kick panels removed, and yeah, that's pretty much all that's left. Now we can start grinding this shit away. I'm pretty excited to get this out of the car. I think it's gonna really change it. It's gonna be a little less stiff, but if we keep it down the road, we'll make a really nice roll cage for it or have one made, whatever. But yeah, let's get grinding. So I was gonna actually use the plasma cutter right there. Well, I was going to use, I also got a gimbal. Actually, this is a new day. But we're back to taking out the roll cage or roll bar. And I just wanted to preface that I'm not gonna be using a cutoff wheel and a grinder. I will be, but I'm gonna try and cut it out with just the plasma torch first. I'll get some bare metal showing and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's what we're using. So if sparks aren't flying quite yet, that's why. All right, we got that shit cut out. It's actually right here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bring it back. It's right there, laying on the ground. It is still butt ugly. You can see the welds nice and close like if we really need to. Yeah. Not exactly the prettiest piece of welding and fabrication history. It actually snapped the harness bar when I was just prying on it. So it made it getting out pretty easy, but yeah, don't put a roll cage or harness bar or anything in if you can't actually fabricate. That is a prime example of what could happen. Like, you get in a wreck, a car hits you, that's going through you. It doesn't care. So definitely leave it to the professionals, or at least get a friend who knows how to weld pretty good. If your welds look like boogers, definitely don't do it. That's one thing. Don't skimp on safety. Everything else, take your time to learn, but don't skimp on safety. Anyhow, now that everything is out, we can take a look and see all our work. We got holes now. And in the back, it's looking a little crazy as well, but yeah, it's looking pretty barren. There's the hydro. Now, the biggest question is do we keep it? What do we do with it? I'm getting ideas of like swapping the motor and transmission out of the CRX into it and making it like a rear engine build. I've always wanted to do that. It seems pretty easy. I'm pretty sure there's a D15 or D16 in the CRX that I have, and it runs and drives. Maybe try to get like a turbo on there and put some numbers down. But other than that, just getting like a cheap Mustang, like a GT with a 5-speed and swapping it in. That's if we keep it. No one's really hit us up with good offers for the shell, but we got parts taken out like the headliner and whatnot, and obviously the roll cage. But that's kind of it for this episode. This time, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a comment down below, leave a like, check out all the videos. They'll be right here. Peace.